All right, so let's get started. How many of you are really tired of prospecting feeling like a full-time job and you're only getting part-time results? I know that a lot of us are spending hours and hours searching for leads, sending cold messages, following up, tweaking your offers, only to hear crickets or get completely ghosted. Meanwhile, other people seem to have leads flowing in, they're booking calls, and they're closing deals in their sleep. So, what's the difference? Why are they winning while others are struggling? It's leverage and it's systems and it's using AI the right way to do the heavy lifting. So you only focus on the parts that actually move the needle. And that's what we're doing today. By the end of this session, you'll have a complete AI powered prospecting machine that works for you, automating everything from finding your ideal clients to closing deals with proposals that sell themselves. So here's what we're covering today: ICP creation. If you don't know who you're targeting, you're already losing. And we're going to learn how to connect with those ICPs. How can you really get those people to know who you are? We're going to talk about creating lead magnets, and we want people coming to you. And then they're going to see that you're creating something irresistible that they actually need. We're going to talk about prospecting and finding contact information. And it's going to be for people who have no budget for prospecting, no fancy tools. I'm going to teach you an awesome hack. We're going to be talking about real automations because that's what AI is all about. It's not about AI replacing you, but it's just a tool to help you book more calls and really turn your lead nurturing to autopilot. Finally, we're going to be talking about proposal creation and custom GPTs. So we're going to show you how to create a super high converting proposal in minutes using AI. So make sure you stay till the end. I know that these webinars can sometimes get kind of long and you just want to see the replay, but please don't do that. This is going to be really, really valuable for all of you. And I do have a special offer at the end for anyone who sticks around, and it's going to help you really implement everything that we cover today in record time. So please grab a notebook, shut down distractions, and let's build your new AI-powered prospecting system right now. Let me ask you something. What's the number one reason most people suck at prospecting? It's not their script, it's not the outreach method, and it's not even their AI tools. It's that they're talking to the wrong people. If you don't have your ICP well defined, you're basically throwing darts in the dark and wondering why nothing sticks. You'll spend hundreds of hours researching and reaching out to prospects who will never buy. You're running a LinkedIn automation, cold emails, ads, and all of it's wasted on people who don't care, don't need, or don't have the budget for what you're selling. And that's why your conversion rates are so low. That's why your sales cycle is long. And that's why prospecting feels like a grind instead of a machine that feeds your business. So I want you to think of your ICP like if you're fishing. So if you're trying to go fishing and you want to catch a shark, but you're at a lake, it doesn't matter what sort of bait you use or how good of a technique you have, you're never going to catch the shark. So if you're in the wrong water, you might not even know it. And that's why developing that ICP matters. So before we even begin to think about automating our prospecting process, we have to first determine who we're talking to. So, and we don't want to make this wishy-washy like business owners or marketing managers. We want to get down to the nitty-gritty and really understand their daily struggles, their buying triggers, and the exact moment that they realize that they need your solution. Because when we get down this far and really understand your ideal client, everything gets easier, your message clicks, and your outreach converts. So let me show you how to do that with AI. Okay, first things first, I wanted to give you this QR code. If you want to use the Jam AI Ideal Client Profile Creator, this will take you to ChatGPT where you can use that, which is what I'll be using in this example. All right, there's quite a few ways to create the ideal client profile. In fact, about 5 years ago, I spent a 3-day workshop trying to figure it out. And we did end up doing it, but after 3 days, I missed work, had to travel. And now this is literally even better than what we came up with in the workshop I went to. So what you're looking at right now is inside ChatGPT, we have created a custom GPT. It's the Jam AI Ideal Client Profile Creator. And if you've missed how to create a custom GPT, you've got to join that AI Club Society. I show you how you can create custom GPTs to do just about anything for you. So there's two ways to use this. You can either just start messaging and say, help me create my ICP. Don't worry about typos or whatever. And it'll ask you a billion questions. I'm going to hit stop. What it's asking you is what we offer in our website, this chatbot training with this setup document. Basically, it's like 20 questions that you'll answer about your business. And then instead of answering questions like this, I'll say, I can upload all of that information for you. And then you just go ahead and upload your setup document. And so this document had literally everything about my business, my audience, my products, everything. And so it doesn't have to ask me these questions. And then it'll go ahead and give me my ICPs. So you can create multiple ICPs for different products or different services that you offer, which I actually do suggest just for time and space today. It just did our brand. So kind of goes over the personal attributes. It even goes into pets, values, hobbies, secret slang, backstory. And honestly, this is so accurate. We do work with both genders, male and female, but I'd say about 70% of our community is female because Flora and I are, and we attract people that we're like, right? Professional attributes. It's kind of all over the board, and this is really accurate too. We even have people making $0 a year because we have a lot of people starting their businesses. But this is 100% true, the industries of who they are, tools they use, primary pain points, overwhelmed by AI and automation, struggling with marketing. So these all might sound like you because you're here because you were my prospect at one point. So aspirational goals, you want to automate your business without hiring more staff, learn AI without feeling intimidated, increase revenue and work fewer hours, feel confident in your tech, and get a competitive edge over your competitors. Pain points is it's too complicated. I don't have time. I'm sick and tired of looking at computers. I don't want to waste money on something I won't use. Tickle points, things that could make them laugh. And actually, this is important when you're trying to create these email funnels that we'll talk about later. How can you connect with somebody on a very human level by making them laugh? Desired result, what they want from me, more automation, less stress, a profitable business with less work, AI-powered marketing and sales strategies and training. What makes them angry? Complicated AI tutorials that make them feel dumb, seeing others use AI successfully while they struggle, and wasting time. Makes us all really mad, doesn't it? So it goes into what lies they're believing, where do you get their information, and then who else could solve their problem, like which competitors might be able to solve their problems, and which products are best for them. All of them, of course. Top 3 reasons to buy from me: easy hands-on training, affordable, female-led, we're approachable and community-driven. What was it like before they bought from us, and what's it like after? That's very important. A lot of times we talk about focusing on the destination, not the plane. And so what is that destination? What do people feel like after they get your product or service? And how can you focus your marketing around that? So for a long time, I've been creating content for Jam AI that's too much about the plane. It's too much about the automations. And you know what? I am a self-proclaimed computer nerd, and I love talking about that stuff. But as Flora reminded me, most of you are here because you want to know what it's like after. You don't get excited about the building part. That's me. You want to know what it's like after. You want to know what it's like to have your ideal client profiles already created. You don't want to build them forever. So this is an example. You can continue to have conversations with this, which is important over the next few sections, as I will give you some prompts to continue to work with your ideal client profile creator to create your lead magnets and your email funnels. So Now, this is the really fun part. We get to actually connect with your ICP. Most people get outreach completely wrong because they're either sending these spammy cold emails that just get ignored, or they're sending LinkedIn messages that sound pretty robotic. Or worse, they're hoping that clients just somehow magically find them. We're not doing any of that. We're going to be strategic and we're using AI power with a human touch. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find out where our ICP spends time. Are they active on LinkedIn? Do they only use TikTok? Do they hang out in Slack? Are they reading specific email newsletters? AI can help with that too. So try this ChatGPT prompt. Where does your ICP go to find solutions to their problems? What communities, LinkedIn groups, or podcasts do they engage with? You just unlocked your ICP's digital watering hole. Now you can definitely go engage. But here's the secret. You don't just want to send a cold message. You want to try to show up where they already are and then start to add value. Comment on their LinkedIn posts, answer questions in their groups, post insights based on their biggest pain points. Become somebody that they recognize before you ever even send a DM. So let's try to use this other ChatGPT prompt to really get humanized feeling messaging in the DMs. Write me a short personalized LinkedIn DM to connect with ICP based on their interests. Keep it casual, human, and non-salesy. No more I'd love to connect garbage or just following up. Let's create a DM that actually converts. So now that we have that, let's talk about outreach, moving to conversions. So now that we've connected with our ICP, they've seen your posts, they've engaged with your comments, you maybe even responded to a DM once or twice with them. So now what? Here's the deal. Social media and DMs are great, but the real money happens in their inbox. Because having an email list is like having an asset. It's the one channel that you own. There's no algorithms changing all the time. There's no ad costs. It's direct and repeat access to the people who need you and what you offer. The best part is that AI can help write you a killer email sequence that actually gets opened, clicked, and hopefully even converted. Before we write a single email, we need a reason for them to go to your site. We need to create a magical lead magnet that'll change their lives. Nobody just clicks for fun. They need a hook, something valuable that solves a problem. And you have to solve it for them right now. Try this prompt. What are 3 irresistible lead magnets for my ICP that would make them instantly want to download it? Keep them highly actionable and directly related to their pain points. This is where if you have a lead magnet that you've downloaded, or if you have some for your business that have worked really well, go ahead and upload those as examples. All right, so now you're going to build that lead magnet and you've got the clickbait. So now you just need the funnel. All right, so we're going to get these emails working for us 24/7. In this example, we'll build a 3 email sequence that moves your ICP from interested to engaged. We use Kajabi for ours at JamAI, but you can do this with any provider that has what are called marketing funnels. So take a look at the prompt here. It's going to help us create and promote the lead magnet. So in that first email that it's going to create, we're asking it to create an email that's attention grabbing. So it's the hook. It's the one that gets opened. This is where the subject line should be the pain point. And we're going to tell them how we're solving that pain point with our email in the body. So you can do that through a quick story or some sort of insight. That's where you'll offer the free resource and the call to action should be download now. This is the first touch point, so it should feel really helpful and not salesy at all. The second email is more of a nudge. It's like a reminder. The subject line is, hey, are you still struggling with that pain point? And then the email body should be a quick tip a case study, or even a surprising stat, and then remind them about that free resource. This keeps them engaged and makes them feel like you really get them and you're there to help. The last email is the urgency or the push. The subject line should be like, last chance to get the free offer, or offer going away soon. And then the email body, remind them why they need it now and tell them how you're solving their problems. Add sort of scarcity to this. It really helps. So you can say limited time, or this bonus is going away, and then change the call to action to something like get it now before it's gone. This helps create some sort of FOMO and really helps them make and take an action. All right, so I want to talk through just how we're sending these out, because instead of manually sending these, which would take days and days, we're obviously going to automate it. I'm going to show you just kind of an average tech stack, and then in a little bit, I'll show you how to automate it completely. So here are some email automation tools. As I mentioned, we use Kajabi. There's ActiveCampaign, HubSpot, MailChimp, Gmass. We highly suggest sending, if it's a 3-email funnel, spread it across 3 to 5 days, and test your subject lines. I think this website, subjectline.com, is really fun. It's free and it evaluates your, here, we'll try this one. It evaluates your email subject line, and you can see how it'll rate it. So this one actually was pretty good. Normally the ones I put in are like 80. And then it tells you like how you can make it a little bit better. So here's the original, and then it tells me how it could be more fun, create more urgency, be more suspenseful. So give that a try if you haven't tried it yet. It's free, and you can continue to test different subject lines as well. There's a lot of hard things about prospecting, but this is just too easy not to share. So the most important thing is to get somebody's email address. There's so many platforms out there that charge hundreds and even $1,000 a month where you can, and they're nice too, we like them, but not all of us have that to spend. But you can go and you can search in your filters and get their exact email addresses. But today I'm going to show you how you can use a quick trick in Google, and then I'll show you how to use ChatGPT to help you with that Google list that you just got. And I'm going to show you how you can find your prospects' emails really quick. And guess what? It's 100% free. So let me show you how to do it. Before we jump into this trick, I just wanted to show you the AI Club Society. And today we're going to be offering you 50% off. So you can join for about $13. It's less than 2 fancy coffees at Starbucks. So there's no reason why you shouldn't take me up on this offer. We actually have over 500 members now in the club, and we have all of these different courses. And inside these courses, there's anywhere from 10 to 15 modules. So everything from learning how to do marketing and sales to ChatGPT mastery to revenue streams, prompting 101, and the AI author program. We also do monthly training and webinars like this, but they are private for our members. And you'll also get access to our 30 AI assistants, which could be used in ChatGPT, or you can use our custom portal, which looks like this, where you can select any of these little agents or assistants, and they are built to do a specific thing. So if you want social media, or you're creating ads, or maybe you want to talk to a sales director, you could do that all in here in our AI agents. So go ahead and check it out. We're offering it for $13.50. This will go until Saturday, so make sure you make up your mind by then. All right, let me get back to it. So first, go to Google and type in site, Instagram.com. You could also do LinkedIn.com. You could do Facebook, whatever you want to do. Type in your ICP's title. You could do yoga instructor just for this example. And then you could do at gmail.com, at outlook.com, whatever it is you want to do. So you just hit enter, and you can see it's given me a bunch of um, prospects that show their handle and their email as well. So you can see here, she has her email, not enough yoga here. Here's her email. Not all of them have it, but a lot of them do. So here's the other little trick. You just copy and you go to ChatGPT and you say, I'm going to paste Google results. I want you to take out the Gmail address and put them in a list for me. And then I hit copy over there. I'm gonna paste, send it all in, and it's creating my list. So just think about it. You do this for about 15 minutes and just continue to do it. You can make a list of about, I don't know, 50 to 100 people that have the title that you want to connect with. It's also a great way you could ask for their handles and you could go in and connect with them via Instagram or LinkedIn or something like that. So that's a super quick, easy way to get email addresses. I'm going to show you a cool way to automate your outreach now. I've been telling people that 2025 is all about actually building automations, whereas 2024 was learning how to create GPTs and work in these chatbots like Claude. And don't get me wrong, that's all still very important. But if you feel like you've kind of mastered that, that next step is then using something like make.com, or there's one called N8N, and you'll go in and actually create automations. So this is free. I'll send you all after this. I'm going to send the recording, but I'm also going to send a list of all the platforms that we've talked about. And you just log in, it's free, create an account. And this is the scenario that I'll be talking about today. I want to show you at Jam AI, we are selling our AI automations. And so for our basic plan, we have Instagram Reels, blogging, news sharing, proposal automation, and brand strategy. So you'll see that we created this here, but we have a bunch of others that are created for those situations that I just talked about. And what happens is you can actually upload our file and everything is set up exactly how it needs to be. So you don't have to go in and try to recreate your own Frankenstein version of whatever it is, because these can continue on and get really long. You could add so many things. So we've already done that for you. Going back to this one, it's super simple. So I did this. I actually wanted to find women-owned businesses. I asked ChatGPT to give them to me. And then all I do is I go ahead and I create a list of those email addresses. And so you might be asking, why would I not just send a bulk email out? Why do I want to do this? Well, there's a lot of reasons. I might want to give everybody a different type of email based on their email address. I might want to create more custom emails. So in this automation, we are using Google Sheets. And so this is connected to my Google Drive, and I have it looking at that spreadsheet I just had, and then I can pick which sheet name I'm going to use. Number one, had everyone's email. Next, I've added my OpenAI API, and this is super easy to do. And what I'm doing is I'm going to take the email and then I'm telling ChatGPT to create an email about how we are creating a women's only community to help women business owners become high performers. This is something we're actually doing. So if you're interested, definitely reach out. Anyways, so there's things like this is from me, and I say, don't say recipient name, don't leave any fill in the blanks. I have all of these response formats set up the correct way. So I just hit save. And then if I wanted to test it, I could say run this module only. So we'll go ahead and just test that. But then the goal is that this would pull an email from the Google Sheets. It works better if you have somebody's first name and company name as well, because that's when you can tell ChatGPT to be like, hey, create this super custom email to first name and relate my topic to their company. I don't have that information in this one, but you can ask when you go back and you're doing all this, you can ask ChatGPT to extract that information too. So it worked. Just says the messages that was sent, that worked. And then the result, I have a couple usage, finalized. Perfect. Okay, so that worked great. When it doesn't work, it'll have a bunch of alerts here that it didn't work. And then finally, what I'm asking it to do is send the email. You can actually, I'm going to delete this so that you can see when you set it up, you can have it make a copy an email, create a draft, delete an email, get email. Why don't we say get draft? Just because then you can have a little bit more control. And I'm just going to say drafts. And then you can hit, you can hit go and hit send from there. Subject, high performer. And then content, you would just go in and you would hit result. So the result of this subject is what you want to be the content. So you just go ahead and hit save. Oh, that's an important part. We take the email address from the spreadsheet and hit save. And then we could just go ahead and hit run once. Let me just change this to sheet 2 so it goes to myself. And we'll go ahead and hit run once. It tells you when it's complete. The cool thing about this is that you can actually say when you want to run it. And so with that list, if you wanted to send just one a day for 30 days, you could do that. You could do at regular intervals of 15 minutes. Another reason we suggest to do this is because if you're sending bulk emails from your email address, you could get blacklisted. So we recommend sending one email at least 2 or 3 minutes apart. I actually did that last month. I had a really long list, and I think I sent 100 emails over a few days. And if you hit advanced settings, you could say like when to start, when to finish. You could say what time of day you don't want to send it. So you could do all that. So that is how you automate it. It's super easy. There's a lot of different ways that you could create. I'm not going to save that because I already have it. There's a lot of different ways that you could create scenarios. This is our more advanced one, but it's really cool if you're building a new brand. This takes your brand information and it'll create a vision, a mission, your values, purpose, brand, personality, your brand story. And then it sends it to a Google Doc, creates a PDF, and emails it to you. So that's just another example of automation. There's a lot of different things that you can do from a prospecting standpoint. There's LinkedIn post, there's taking your meetings and creating a proposal. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll have some more information in just a few minutes. Let's talk about something that is kind of a drag when you are trying to close a new deal. You have to write a proposal, and there's a lot of opportunities to completely screw up the proposal in the process. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You have a great conversation with a prospect. They're interested, they're engaged, they're nodding along. You leave the call thinking, awesome, I crushed it. This is a new client. And then there's nothing. You're sitting there wondering what went wrong. 9 times out of 10, it wasn't the call, it wasn't your offer, it was probably your proposal. Because here's the truth, a bad proposal really kills deals. A great proposal will close them for you. Most people don't realize is that a proposal is not just a summary of what you talked about. It's not just a price sheet. It's actually a sales tool. A good proposal does three things. It resells your value. It reminds them why you need this and why it's urgent. It reduces objections. It addresses their concerns before they even bring them up. And it makes saying yes easy. It removes that friction so they can quickly approve and pay. So you don't want to be too vague. You don't want a really long, boring proposal, and you don't want it to be confusing. You want them to know exactly what they're getting. So if your proposal looks like a boring Word document or a copy paste contract, I'm going to show you how you can use AI to create a proposal that actually converts. I'll open up our GPT next and show you how and why this works for conversions. All right, I'm going to show you two ways to create proposals. This first way is not going to be custom for your business, but I am going to show you how to do that. This is a proposal creator that's built on a ton of research on how to create high performing, high converting proposals. So you can see here it says upload a transcript from your meeting, send me notes on your client, and I'll create your proposal. Or you could just start typing and say, I need a proposal for so-and-so, and then it'll ask you a lot of questions. I'm going to go ahead and upload a transcript from a client meeting, and we'll see what it does. Create a proposal for me based on this transcript with my client, with my prospect, excuse me. It still may have some questions for me, but I'm not sure. All right, so we had a lovely time talking to this company back in November. I'm just using it for an example. But so we want to always title the proposal very specifically. I see a lot of proposals come into me that I can tell are very templatized and they're not using what we talked about specifically in the proposal. So talk about their challenges and what we talked about, bring in our solution, and then, oh, there we go. And then what we do, why it works, expected outcomes. It's going to suggest boot camp to them and what it is. And we're going to talk about the value there. We're being really clear on next steps to move forward. And we're going to go ahead and try to get that started. So a big reason this works is you can tell it's very to the point. It's not super long. It's not full of pictures. You know, people really want to see exactly what you're offering and nothing else. So they can click here and confirm to get started. Super easy next steps. So this is a way that you could do that. You can also copy and paste this and put it into whatever it is that you want to do to make your proposal look better. So suggestions for that, if you want to kind of level up your proposal and design and delivery, use something like Better Proposals or Canva. There's something called PandaDoc out there that does an okay job, but it's a little bit expensive. So this is a proposal creator that anyone can use. And then I just want to show you how you would create your own. And this is a little bit of a longer conversation, but I'm going to give you, get out of this. I'm going to give you a quick overview. So you have to have the pro version of ChatGPT to create your own GPTs. Looks like this is running a little slow. But you're going to go into ChatGPT and you're going to say, you're going to go to another window and say, create instructions for my custom GPT that's going to create proposals for me. And then you're going to talk about what your business does. You're going to talk about what's important in your proposals, what certain sections are important, how and where you want to customize these proposals. And then the big thing here is you have a knowledge base. You can upload lots and lots of files. I don't know how many, but in the ones that I create for my clients, we'll do 10 to 15 different examples of proposals that they've won from. You want to use proposals that are winners, so upload those. And then the cool thing is, once you have that set up, you can go over here and you can upload an RFP. and say, hey, answer this RFP based on the knowledge base, the files in your knowledge base, and the instructions I gave you. And then once you do that, you're going to have a fully custom proposal writer just for your business. So I know that was really quick, but I'm just checking time here. We do go into detail on how to do this at AI Club Society. You can also email me if you want us to create it for you. All right. All right. That was a lot. Let's see. Are there any questions first off? Feel free to take yourself off mute. I know people get shy with this stuff.
Hey, Robyn, or I'm gonna start calling you Jam now that I know that's your nickname. Can I?
Either way, but
Okay. Can
I
I
like,
ask a question about the last section there, the proposal generator? Yeah, as a member of Jam AI, would we be able to work with you guys to customize an AI tool for our industry? Understanding proposals are probably different across a lot of different verticals, how they look, what they're typically covering in them. Do you see that as something that is commonly done? I imagine everybody on this call works in different industries, but they're sending some form of proposal out. In our space, it's
yeah.
government contracting, it's RFPs that, are pretty standard templates. Would you see a use case with us where you would custom configure your tool to better align with our ICPs, or is this just kind of off the shelf, useful and spitting out a first draft?
Yeah, you'll be surprised to know that that was not our tool specifically. It's ChatGPT's custom GPT. And so I know I said GPT a lot just now. So we do teach you how to customize GPTs to do anything. The proposal is just like one example. You could customize these to do so many other things. So the answer is yes. Um, if you wanted to try it yourself, I would suggest trying that module in the ChatGPT Mastery course. And then on the other hand, if you are like, I don't have time for this and I don't want to, you can hire us to build it for you. Flora and I are here to do it, but we also have a team of automators that we've been interviewing and bringing in to do some more technical stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Follow-up question?
Yeah.
So as kind of a Gen Xer on the call here and deal with a lot of folks my age and a little older, there's apprehensions about embracing Chat GTP beyond kind of question by question support and kind of moving into the space of, I'm going to upload a dozen or more historical company proposals to feed chat our knowledge base. There's a lot of wariness around that in terms of privacy, proprietary information. Um, so, what can you speak to in terms of what ChatGTP would do with, say, our historical proposals? Would they be accessed? There's people that are like, well, what if our competitors then, use the same ChatGTP and say, tell me what the competitor company is doing? Is that all kind of stored and local relative to my conversation with chat, or do others have access to that stuff once I upload it?
That's a great question, and it comes up on almost every webinar, and it's really important too. So I'm glad you brought it up. So there's two ways to answer this. Number one, you can choose whether or not the content that you upload can be used to help train the transformers in ChatGPT. So if you say no, then it won't use your information to help train ChatGPT. But if you don't click that and maybe you don't see it, you don't know the button and you don't care, and you're using ChatGPT and uploading files and all that stuff, your content that you're uploading will go to train ChatGPT. However, it's encrypted. And so it's not going to be able to be pulled out by anyone except for those working on the model on the back end. And it's not like they're even reading your conversation, it's encrypted data. So it is safe. If you did need a SOC 2 compliant version, there is that enterprise version of ChatGPT that you could purchase into, and you would have to have your own server, and they kind of take a copy of it and put it on there. So that is another option. But as far as like other people being able to search the content that you upload, that's not a thing. So
Got it. Thank you. And so it's fairly common, or it's becoming common in proposal writing, that big companies are taking that approach of kind of feeding their chat historical proposals so that it learns what company X kind of sounds like when they're filling out proposals. This is becoming a more common practice.
it's very common, yeah. And ChatGPT is just one of the chatbots that we train on in AI Club Society. It's my favorite, but there's some other ones too that have different levels of security. And so if you wanted to talk about that offline, I could show you that as well.
That's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for your great questions. Anyone else? I know I'm going to get a ton of emails from you after because that's what always happens, and that's completely fine. But just kind of looking at the time, I'll wrap things up. I really want to say thank you for being here today, and thanks for helping to grow our community. We're super excited about what's ahead for us, and we love meeting all of you. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to put my email in the chat real quick if you don't have it. If you did fill out our big teal form, you will get a follow-up email with this recording and some links as well. If you didn't, I will reach out to you. So thanks again for being here and have a great rest of your day.